And I told that to Hakim. He said, yeah. I said, yes. So I said, Hakim, we love you. I just want to let you know that we love you. He said, Imam Siraj, don't be surprised. Yom al-Jum'ah, I come to your masjid for Jum'ah. This brother, Hakim Elijah, if you ever want to see him, when he was playing basketball in Houston, Texas, you find him in the masjid every morning for Salatul Fajr. You find him every morning in Salatul Fajr in the masjid. And he doesn't leave the masjid until the sunrise. He's a serious Muslim. Hakim Elijah is a serious Muslim. And you know what else? They won the championship 1993, 1994. He won the championship. And they had a parade for him. You know parade? And he said, I have to go to Jummah prayer. They said, no problem. They started the parade, and they took the parade in front of the masjid. Let Hakim go make Salatul Jum'ah, and they waited for him until Jum'ah was over, and he came back, and they started the parade again. You want more? I give you more. You know basketball players, great basketball players, after they finish, they want a monument, they want a statue of them. And they get mad if you don't make a statue for them. Hakim, they said, we want to make you a statue. He said, make it like this. His number 34. So they made his uniform 34, and that was it. He said, I don't want no image of myself. You want more? I'll give you more. Dwight Howard. You guys don't know these names. You don't know Dwight Howard. You don't. No, you don't. You don't know. You don't know. You may know. Yeah. You know? Dwight Howard is a great basketball player. He's a center for Orlando Magic. Hakim was teaching him. Teaching him. But why? Why? Because Dwight Howard's mother called Elijah and say that my son is very young in the NBA. He's making a lot of money, and you are an honorable man. I want my son to learn from you. So Hakim brings him to his house. He teaches him. And then in the end, after 3 days, he says to Dwight, he says, Dwight, listen to me. I'm going to give you a gift. He gave him a copy of the Quran. He said, you take this, don't tell anybody you have it. But you read it and you take it everywhere that you go. You know LeBron James? Even you know LeBron James. LeBron James is learning from Hakim Olajuwon. You know Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant is learning from Hakim Olajuwon. All of these people, but Hakim, he's not interested in dunya, he's interested in akhirah. Therefore, everybody knows of the generosity of Hakim. Hakim is serious. Anytime there's ever anybody who needs something, Hakim will always give a donation, always. That's how generous he is. So this is my question today, in this wonderful masjid. How serious are we? Allah knows I'm not a man of a lot of money. I don't shake. You may think I have money. Maybe I look like I have money. But you know what I decided to do? I can't have any power over anyone here tonight. I can't persuade you to even spend $1. But I myself can donate. So I donate. This is not a pledge. This is cash money. Don't get excited now. Remind me when I'm finished in a couple of minutes to give you the check. It's a check for me. It's not for Master Tapo. It's for my own money. It's $1,000. It's about, it's not a lot of money. Hey, for me, it's a lot of money. It really is, man. It's a lot of money. So you better hurry up before I change my mind. All right, check, man. You better hurry and take it. Check, here's the pen. Hello. But brothers, let me tell you something off of what Sheikh Muhammad said. I want to leave you with this thought. You know, we are people of faith. If you think about it, really, think about us, you know, making salat 5 times a day. You know, it's to me remarkable. When the Prophet ﷺ, he went to the heavens and Allah gave him the order of 50 salats. You know what touched me? The Prophet said, فَرَجَعْتُ بِذَلِكَ حَتَّى مَرَاتُ عَلَى مُوسَى. I returned with it. Allah said 50 salats, and he said, okay. Are you serious? Are you serious? Allah told him to make 50 prayers a day. He said, okay. And he was going down until he met Musa. Musa said, what Allah command you to do? He says to make 50 prayers a day. He says, فَرْجِ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَإِنَّ أُمَّتَكَ لَا تُطِيقُ ذَلِكَ. Oh, Muhammad, go back to your Lord. Your people can't do no 50 prayers a day. You see, Moses knows. See, it was Musa. Musa, he's experienced. He's experienced with people. ذَهَبْ أَنْتَ وَرَبُّكَ فَقَاتِلَا إِنَّا قَاعِدُونَ. You, Moses, you and your Lord, you two go fight. We sit back. So Moses, he knows people. So he tells his beloved, Muhammad ﷺ, go back to your Lord and ask him to reduce it. So the prophet, he goes back and Allah reduces it. He comes back to Moses, and Moses said, how much? He says, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Until the commandment is 5. And remarkably, Moses says, go back. Your people won't be able to do it. And the Prophet was too ashamed to go back. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives us 5, but He gives us credit for 50. But we are people of faith. Look at these people, man. Sheikh Mustafa is a brother, African-American brother who had a stroke. And, you know, I called him the other day. I said, brother, how you doing? You need anything? He said, Imam, thank you. He says, hearing your voice means so much to me. He told me that he has medication he takes for his stroke, for his high blood pressure. And he said, Imam, I started 3 weeks before Ramadan, changing my schedule, my medicine, so that I take my medicine for suhoor and iftar. And he's fasting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I told about the African slaves who fasted in Ramadan. Brothers, they're Africans who live in Africa, and they make pilgrimage to Mecca. And you know how they get to Mecca? They walk. They walk. 2 years. 2 years. And they walk to Mecca for Hajj. They walk to Medina and Muzdalifah, Minna, Arafah. Why? Faith. You come to the Masjid, and I know sisters, some of them, they have welfare check. You know welfare check? Social services? Huh? Social Security. All of that. And you know what? They take some of that and they give to the Masjid. Because they're people of faith. But you know what? You can't even tell now, for sure. Yeah, I know I know wealth is not diminished by giving sadaqah. I know that. But sometimes, as Sheikh Muhammad said, you can't see it. Sometimes you may not be able to see it. But let me tell you when you can see it. And this is my evidence, and then I finish. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كل نفس ذائقة الموت وإنما توفون أجوركم يوم القيامة فمن زحزح عن النار وأدخل الجنة فقد فاز وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. This is it, man. كل نفس ذائقة الموت. Every soul shall taste of death. We agree. We know that. We know that. But you will be paid fully on Yawm al-Qiyamah. And then he who was saved far from the fire and into the Jannah, they will obtain salvation. And what is the life of this world is but some shadow of deception. Let me give you another one. Everyone values their life. My life, I want to live. Everyone want to live. They want to live a long time. And when they're dying, they want to live. Everybody want to live. And therefore, everyone try to hold on to their life. So the Prophet, peace and blessing be upon him, said, مَا مِنْ أَحَدٍ يَدْخُلُ الْجَنَّةَ يُحِبُّ أَنْ يَرْجَعَ إِلَى الدُّنْيَا. No one who goes to Jannah, no one who goes to Jannah want to come back to the earth, even if he's given everything on the earth. إِلَى شَهِيدٍ. إِلَى شَهِيدٍ. Except a shaheed, except the person who died in the way of Allah. He want to come back to the earth. Why? Because he want to die 10 more times in the way of Allah. Because of the great honor that Allah give him. You want to hold on to this life. And this life is nothing, because Allah can call it back anytime. Anyway, Allah can call it back. So the servants of Allah, they give it. And this is why even in the Christian religion, they teach greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. What about laying down a life for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And even today, we don't call you to ask you to give your life, though you should if Allah asks for it. We don't call for that. We call for you to give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then on top of that, Allah promises to give it back. You can't be. You're not more generous than Allah. Are you serious? How are you going to outdo Allah? I don't want to get my money. I got to save my money. Shut up. I save your money for what? Save your money for what? This is it, man. Do you know who the wealthiest woman in the world is? Do you know? You have any idea? The wealthiest woman in the world? Sheikh Mustafa, you know? You know? You know the wealthiest woman in the world? Who the wealthiest woman in the world? Oprah. Oprah's not. Oprah is worth, it's a good guess. Oprah is worth $1 billion.